Any candidates for recap?
I will jump all over that.
Why? Why would you do that?
I don't know. Why would I want to do that? We were at the Archer node, doing various things, and each of us had a division. Starting with Altair, um, who looked into telescope and the constellations started to collide and things started happening. Um, and he found out about three major entities: Sol, Yonix, and Teria. And that the Queen is fading from Sol's influence, uh, causing the Queen to weep and turn angry towards Yonix, who is drifting away and creating some sort of eclipse. And that's just a little bit of what happened there, but as that vision came to an end, he felt energized and received a boon of wild shape for his starry form. And then we went to Barney, who started to commune with his god, who was telling him about these nodes being similar to Nestle Nook, and that he gave him a vision of the Throne continent, and there's two nodes there. The Wax node in the north, and the Wayne node, which I believe is in the central east, or central west, sorry. I could be wrong on that one. Um, and as he came out of his vision of various things in conversation with his god, his boon was plus 10 movement for 24 hours. And he noticed that the sky above Cresh was swirling and lightning was crashing down. Where am I there? And that, oh, yeah, it looked like the throne was about to do something bad to Cresh again. And then from there, uh, Bjorn had a vision as well. He went up and sat in between a couple of crystal formations and started putting a rune in on the dirt and tracing it, and it glowed with, it crackled with energy. And then he had a vision of the past with mages fighting vines, and the queen is some sort of major society collapsed. And in that vision, he saw a man try and protect a grandchild, um, fleeing towards the docks and going from one boat to another. And as that was happening, the mages that were fighting began to fall, and he saw the creation slash beginnings of the Harbingers. And there was several mages that seemed to coalesce into one Harbinger, or several Harbingers that coalesced into one form at some point in time. And he also received a boon, but I did not write that down. From there, we went through to Zoretta, who was reading a book, and tapped into Arcana for like the first time in a long, long time to open the arcane lock on his book. And he started going through the notes and journals and various pages, because it's more a collection of documents than an actual book. And um, he had memories come back to him on different devices that he's seen, and things that we've seen recently, as well as ways to uh, different formulations of alchemy that he used to use, and ways to increase the deadliness of acid using earwug, which is an ingredient that he has access to on this continent. And as all that came together and happened kind of at the same time, towards the end of that, there was a flash of lightning, and Bjorn uh, didn't intercept it, but did get hurt by it a little bit.
Shocking experience.
And from there, we kind of all got back together as a group, talked a little bit, realized Cresh was going to be an issue, and um, talked to the people at the Archer Node and told them that we had to go, and picked up our ox and the scout Nymera and made haste towards Cresh. Got to Cresh, where it is definitely under the influence of the throne and under a major attack of some sort. And Bjorn went looking for his armor slash the blacksmith. Of course, we followed along. That we said we would protect and move along the next day, and she was stuck trapped in her house slash forge, and Bjorn got her unstuck and talked to her and made sure she was all right, and then threw her back in and locked her back up and told her not to go anywhere. That we would be back for her, and we split from there to head along and see if we could find others. And in the process, we came across this castle, not castle, but this fortification structure on the shore that is under attack by, I believe, a harbinger that has been harassing us throughout Cresh. And that is where we paused for the evening.
You did it. You did it. Take your D6 of inspiration, my good.
Hurrah! Hurrah!
You're gonna need it.
It's the
But yeah,
only
that's pretty
resource
much
I
it.
have. Hurrah!
That is pretty accurate to how things went down. And yes, in the midst of traversing through Cresh, you had checked Ruben's house out, wasn't there. That's when you had first encountered, or I guess previously encountered, this elven-featured woman who seemed to be able to control brambles and vines wherever she so chose.
Yes, I forgot about looking for Ruben.
And she fled at different parts, sort of leading you through, and you had sort of utilizing distances and gaps kept your distance away from some of the vines that were starting to protrude up through the ground at different points in the city as you broke through. Some did break through close by, but you were able to sort of either deflect, fend, or evade these attacks by these for the most part.
I believe
But
she's
yeah,
currently about 15 feet in the air, up on a couple of vines that are holding her up right now.
yes, and you had got to the harbor where you'd noticed where it wasn't before. There is again this small weird fortress or small tower that's been erected here in a short period of time. But yeah, it is being assaulted by a number of bramble vines that are in the midst of swinging back and forth and working away at the foundation of it. But you were again accosted, or I guess uh, encountered that quote unquote harbinger once more, who then vaulted herself up in the air and is using two brambles to keep herself aloft as she cried out menacingly to you all. Before pretty much challenging you, and we left off with again the initiative order, which is where we're going to pick up. I also believe Bjorn tried to convince her to remember who she was and what she was standing for and why she had turned her back on who she used to be. Persuasion check was pretty low, therefore she did not listen or heed his warning.
He also asked for his armor.
Yep.
In the middle.
Yeah.
She
Hey, did
hasn't
you
really
finish?
worked on it yet, and it wasn't ready.
Listen here. Priorities.
my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
want to die.
Yeah.
little bit of RP. At some point in the last couple of hours with Bjorn projecting more energy than he has recently, I've taken a decent, like, 1 foot piece of fur and kind of rubbed it against him and stuck it to my shield.
Staticky. It's all staticky.
It's all staticky and charged up.
But yes, she
Okay.
slams into the rooftops of this house and then begins to vault up in the air. She's about 15 or so feet off the ground against sort of level with the, I guess, top tier of the roof of this house. She's using these two bramble vines herself to sort of keep herself aloft. And she can seem to control them out of her limbs, out of her arms, but you've noticed as she's sort of now holding aloft, her arms have reformed to the front of her where her long extended claws are hanging out. And she goes, I've heard of who you are and what you've done. Now watch me, Agadon! I'll be the one to present your life queen. And I'll do it all by myself! That's where we pretty much picked up with Bjorn, having the top of the initiative order here. What would you like to do, man?
Bjorn, remembering what his father said, he stomps his foot on the ground and goes, in Thorm's name, you will die. And he goes into his giant smite,
Okay.
which is bonus action? Yeah. Giant smite did it? Yeah, bonus action. Okay. And then I will
Oops.
string my bow and take a shot at her.
Yeah, you do. Sorry, I can't seem to fucking click on this fucking Jesus monkeys. A 22 definitely hits. Are you aiming for her or what do you?
I'm hitting her.
Okay, awesome.
Now
22
I have
definitely hits.
1d6 is giant smite, and the other d6 is the fact that I
Like,
do a plus 1d6 lightning right now.
right. Yeah, your boon was that you gained an extra use of your giant's might, second wind, and you add 1d6 to your attacks.
Yep.
And I'm sure that you've got that down, but yes, that is 13 points of damage as you link back and it sinks like right into like her clavicle, sort of little burst of energy. She like, you can see her immediately change from that, like, I don't want to say sarcastic or edgy sort of tone to like now just a focused glare in your direction after sort of breaking that silence. But nice.
Now, quick thing out. Would she recognize Thorn, the name? Would it like throw her off at all?
It doesn't seem to affect her in that regard, especially after being damaged. She now seems more intent maybe on destruction.
Okay.
Especially also with your persuasion check before, she isn't so much coherent or addressing what you've said. She's now just like, you'll pay! And she begins to do that. Anything else you'd like to do, man?
And that's it. That's my turn.
That's your turn? Okay. She is going to, at that point, the bramble that is formed from behind her begins to and shift out. It's going to move 60 feet away from her, from where its point is to over there. It's still attached to her body. It doesn't go into the ground and protrude out. It extends and twists and winds and lands right here, still attached to her body. That's the bramble's turn. Now she is going to expend a legendary action to vine swipe at Mumble Man. Yeah, let's do that. Just where once the bramble hits the ground, you can see it begin to spread out and create like little brambles all over the ground, like it's trying to root itself or something. And in that moment of you watching that, part of it extends out, tries to reach out with reach to attack you. So that's a D20 plus. 10 I don't believe is going to hit.
No.
No, so it tries to swipe at you, doesn't purchase, but does stay where it is. That is that. Altair, you're up.
What's there? I think that's good. I should still have my starry form up.
Yep.
Because it lasts 10 minutes. So, action, I'm going to do Starry Wisp to hit, and then bonus action, Starry Form Bolt. So.
Shit. Okay. First, and you were attacking her?
Yeah, her, yeah.
Okay. With both?
Yes.
Okay. So, you blast her with the Starry Wisp, which like takes a second to reach her at the distance, and you'd think that she'd get out of the way, but she doesn't. And then the bolt from your archer form lands true, almost like double attacking in unison, and you can see her writhe and rear back from the radiant energy as she sort of starts to wince, and then you can see the purple energy in her eyes just start to burn and flare up. So that is 8. Okay.
And that is my turn.
Yeah, she definitely did not seem to like that. That ends your turn. Okay, she is going to use a legendary action after that. And you watch her like almost begin to like step, but then just launches, taking up the distance using both of the bramble limbs to cross the distance to where that was, and then lands over here on the ground beside her other arm. She looks towards you in that moment, and she is going to. Oops. Okay, everyone in 30 feet needs to make a wisdom saving throw. As you see her land, and then like almost tries to dig her up and lets out this huge wail that just begins to. You're like, yeah, and you're hearing it start to forcefully close their ears. It's only 1-6, but it's not so bad. So Namari, Bjorn, and sorry, who am I missing? Altair. I need Altair as well to roll a wisdom save.
It is right under the.
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry, it's part of the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, my mistake. So Altair is good. Mumbleman and Barney are good, but Bjorn and Namari are deafened for 1 minute and take 9 points of psychic damage. As she is now standing there after that. Barney, you're up.
Barney is going to rush forward at her, and as he runs, cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Okay.
And then, closing the ground on her, I'll make an attack with the longsword.
Oh shit, 18 definitely hits. You sort of catch her like half, like at the end of her wail. You sort of resisting that effect of it pushing through, and before she kind of realizes that you've closed that distance, you lay into her and make a good slash right across the front of her, which she then stumbles. She's like, "You swine! Swine!" And you, now that she's this close as well, you can make out a lot more of her features as well. Definitely elven, long pointy ears, but she's in this sort of half corrupted state where her body's been sort of turned to bramble and vine, where she seems to still be connected to the other two. But she does have a pretty prominent humanoid-like face, although corrupted purple.
I think it's time for you to die again, lady. That's the end of my turn.
You can just see her just welling up with rage inside of her body. Does that end your turn?
Yes.
Okay, she is going to expend her last legendary action to call forth her other bramble. Moves from the top of the house across the way, and then lands right beside Bjorn, where she is then going to strike out with that to see if it will hit you. It does.
Mm-hmm.
So that is 13 points of bludgeoning damage as it just whips out sideways, and you think it's going to miss before it catches you off the side.
As it hits, you see Bjorn drop to the ground.
Unconscious?
I'm at 0.
Oh my gosh, okay.
I had 13 left.
Oh
Exactly.
my god, no fucking way. All right. Okay. All right. So that ends the end of that one. The bramble here. Yeah, that's that. Namari's up.
Okay. Bonus action Hunter's Mark. Gets 2 attacks because 5th level, right?
Mm-hmm. Her?
So, yep.
Okay. The 24 hits, the 13 does not hit. Oh, sorry, I don't have auto damage on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the auto damage didn't come up. Hang on a second. 1d3. Okay, so it's 2d6 plus 3.
Okay. 2d6 or 3d6?
2d6. It's 1d6 for the short bow plus 1d6 for the Hunter's Mark.
Okay, so I'll take away the last 2 then.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
So that would be 11 points of damage. Sinks in pure, the other one goes wide. He's like, Bjorn, no! And he retaliates with those attacks. She is, got some arrows sticking out of her and a big slash across the front of her, which is beginning to take out a bit of this sort of white ichor out of her body. And she is, starting to show some damage to her, but still upright and prepared.
For movement, gonna move 30 feet away.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
For Scout Namari, no.
Okay, Momo Man's up.
Okay, does Mumble Man see and know what this is?
Mumble Man sees white ichor sort of pouring out of one of the cracks in the large sort of vines that have protruded up out of the ground.
But it kind of looks like milk.
Yeah.
Queen's milk.
What's that?
So the queen's milk.
The Queen's milk, yes.
Where them queen titties at?
You said it, and it's been recorded.
Well, I gotta go suck direct from the titty then.
Look at you. Okay.
Well, that's one of the things that he did learn in the notes is that the milk can be detrimental or beneficial.
Okay.
The inspiration is a D6. Can I use it to benefit that roll for
Sure you
more
could.
beneficial? Okay,
Yep.
so I'm gonna move around this vine as much as possible to get there.
Okay. Yeah, it's not super high up off the ground. You rush over to the bottom part of this sort of busted through the ground fruiting vine, and you see the milk pouring from this tree. What do you do when you get to it?
Well, I gotta suck on that ditty. I gotta suck it up.
Okay, so
The opportunity presents itself. You gotta do
actually,
it.
fuck, but all right, let's do this. Go ahead and roll a d20, and if you want to use your inspiration, you can.
How good do you suck the titty?
Yeah. Make a general charisma check as well.
Okay. Okay. I will use the inspiration as well.
Right. So an 8. Okay, so with an 8, hold on.
And my proficiency bonus, because I'm good at sucking ditty.
Okay. Roll a d4. I think this is really going to matter. You would lose the equivalent of 2 spell slots, whether it be a second level or 2 first levels.
No,
But
it
I
does
don't
not make a
think you have
difference.
anything. So no effect really takes place in this instance when you absorb that.
Okay. Well, shit.
Damn shame. Yeah.
And how does
Gonna
the
bet.
milk taste, and what's the texture?
The texture is, it's a bit kind of milkshakey, if that makes any sense. It's a little bit runnier than a milkshake. Maybe say a melted milkshake texture and consistency. The taste is sort of this bitter, piney like taste. Definitely nature in origination. Like, have you ever bitten into an acorn? It's much like that. And so it sort of leaves your mouth like, oh, God, gross. But yeah, you would feel your arcana deplete from yourself. But in the moment, you don't have any arcana to deplete.
All right, and that would have been an action for that, right?
I would have said bonus action to ingest, but
All right, then I will use my action to fire a slingshot dart at that chick.
this bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. 11 does not hit. Goes wide. The slingshot flying up overhead. Shit. That's when you notice Bjorn in his massive form has fallen at this point. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yes, but I can't. So, I am done.
Okay. Back to the top of the round. These vines beside this tower continue to bludgeon and bludgeon, smashing away. Oh, wow. Taking a little bit of damage in the process, but nothing major. Bjorn, you are up. Can you make a death saving throw, please and thank
No, he's right at 0. He doesn't have to.
you? What?
He's at 0 perfectly.
You're fucking okay.
Right? So you only do a death saving throw if you're negative?
No,
I
I think
thought?
it's if you're
Okay.
down.
Okay.
No, he's
You're
unconscious.
yeah, I'm unconscious. I'm down.
Yeah. Okay.
So I make a death save, right?
Yes, but
Is that a D20?
yep. Oh my
Oh.
god! Damn!
No.
Okay, everyone watches Bjorn like get smashed in this massive form. This is the first time you've seen him get like sort of one shot in this form, right? And he falls, and his runes are flaring, and they begin to sort of fizzle and fade away, and you notice that he's unconscious. For whatever reason, during this stormy weather around you, his runes flare, and small crack of lightning hits Bjorn. As Bjorn, you come back 1 HP, and you can continue your turn.
Okay. So My turn. I'm definitely gonna use a second wind. Um,
Bro,
Oh,
nice. This
plus my
Bjorn
fighter
is bad.
level, so plus 4.
Fucking
All
sweet.
right.
Now it's your turn to suck on the titty. Get a toy.
Thorm,
Then
give
I
me that
will
titty. Like fucking no.
use my action and shoot her with my bow.
Okay. 18 hits. Plus another D6. Oh, plus your 2D6 because of your lightning and your massive form. Or does your form drop if you
Nope.
fall unconscious? No? Okay.
Nope. It lasts for 1 minute.
Nice. Okay, so
It's
that's
permanently.
13.
Yeah.
She goes,
And I will also use
and that almost arc from that impact to you when you were sort of, brought back there from that lightning strike and your surge of your own self. And that static electricity carries through into your attack and then hits her in this moment of surprise. Okay.
so she
Sorry.
has to make a strength saving throw.
Strength saving through is not strongest of women. Ooh, 3.
Yeah, she fails.
What happened?
DC's 13. She is now shackled.
Shackled? Okay.
Yeah, so what she sees is when the arrow hits, the static hits her, and then it crackles and shoots out of her hands and connects
Okay.
to the ground. It becomes like lightning shackles. It's not fire damage, it's lightning damage.
Right.
Mine. While it takes 2d6 damage at the start of each of its turn.
So
And it can repeat this at the beginning. It can repeat the save.
okay. So what's going to happen here is she is going to expend her only legendary resistance to not have that happen. And you watch these lightning shackles begin to start to shackle her down, and she starts to realize, and then starts to sprout her own brambles that start to intertwine against them, and like blend that off, resisting that, choosing to succeed instead. But I will be nice and say that that is her only legendary resistance that she can use.
And you call that nice.
I'm being nice.
I know.
Nice.
Okay. I'm gonna use my action surge and hit her again.
Oh my god, okay. 11 does not hit, unfortunately, and goes a bit wide. Actually shoots between her bramble and that and sort of whizzes past Mumbleman, who's half scaling down this tree after some titty suckle, and goes wide.
All right. And I will end my I'll end my turn.
Okay.
And
These
ending
were
my turn, I will use my stone rune.
your
I have to
stone
use that
rune.
I have to use it as a reaction.
Okay.
That's why I ended my turn first.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
So she got to make a wisdom. It's a wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
Okay.
Use your reaction to invoke the reinforce. Make a wisdom saving throw. DC's 13. She is charmed.
She is charmed. Okay. So what's
A
that
speed
mean?
of 0. So while charmed this way, the creature has a speed of 0 and is incapacitated, descending into a dreamy stupor. This creature repeats the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending effect on a success. So she is now just a standing target
Okay.
until she succeeds on a wisdom saving throw.
You can see after that stone room impact that she begins to sort of like with this burning intensity staring at you prior, she begins to just sort of like stare up at the storm after that crack of lightning, and she seems to be preoccupied at the moment. She can't do anything right now, although she can't. It hasn't been back to her turn to reset herself. But the bramble here that's still twiggling or wriggling and acting on its own is going to swipe out towards Barney, though. Barney?
Yep.
24 to hit.
Yep.
4. 10 points of bludgeoning damage as that vine, from the distance it is from you, just catches you off guard as you've noticed that she seems to be in some dreamland state here. Altair, you're up. Holy fuck. Maybe I shouldn't have fucking said it. Be nice.
I guess.
Damn.
I mean,
her
the DC is not the highest.
No, but still, like, you got her in this moment. Fucking sweet. She's incapacitated, so that's, like, big deal.
How hurt is Barney and Mumble Man? I guess.
Mumble Man looks alright. Nomura obviously skittered away due to her not feeling very well.
Barney looks okay besides just getting bashed by that.
Okay.
Fine.
Then I will. Fuck. I guess I'll go there. And then. Actually, screw that. I'm going back. I'm just gonna do my 2 attacks again on her.
Okay, that would be at advantage because she is incapacitated.
Okay.
You can see her. She's just, again, staring up into the storm, seemingly affected in some strange way. Both of those hit. 14 just hits. And she seems to be, like, mumbling to herself. Barney sort of here just... Megadon, as she gets blasted by radiant energy from the side. And, that chars her body pretty badly. 14 points of radiant. Okay. Yep, okay. What else would you like?
That's my turn.
That's your turn? Okay, she gets to make a save on her turn, correct?
Yes.
That's a DC
13.
13. Wisdom, correct?
Yes, wisdom save. Oh,
Okay, she goes, Megadon, Furiel, I didn't... And then... What the fuck? And you will pay! You will pay! Realizes how burned she's been up. Begins to scream again in that moment. It kind of comes back to her senses. But that's at the end of her turn, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so she ends her turn there.
No, I just read it
hold
in
on.
his own room.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, Creed repeats the saving throw at the end of each of its turns.
Okay, so she can't do anything as far as movement, or at least actions in this moment, but it is the end of her turn, which goes to Barney now.
I bought a little time, guys.
Yeah, you did good.
How,
You did
how do I
good.
roll for concentration? Never done it before.
It's it's a d20 plus your con, and then it has to meet
You just do a con
like
saving throw
damage
though?
by half. So, for your shield of faith, right?
No, for
Yeah.
his for his
Can I just do a con saving, like roll for a con saving throw? Is it the
Yeah.
same thing?
Yeah. Oh damn. Yeah, it's still good. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I forgot shield of faith was constant.
Alright.
But it is your turn.
Barney will like kind of like close his eyes for 1 second by his sword, and he'll go, "Yanix, curse you!" and he'll channel divinity using vow of enmity. In that.
Oh
Like
shit,
that's the
okay.
word.
So yeah, you get to attack with advantage on this creature for the next minute.
Yeah, and then I'll make another attack on her.
18 hits for 8 points of damage, which opens up another good chunk of her body as she. In that moment, again, Mumbleman, you would have been close enough to hear this as well as Barney. She's murmuring to herself in that sort of confused, charmed state. You hear the names Agadon and Furio, and Mumbleman, not hearing those names, is like, a second, I know those names. But anything else you'd like to do, Barney?
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Okay.
I just shuffle. I move in front of Bjorn, between here and Bjorn.
She's going to use a legendary action to move this vine back over here. And then doesn't do anything like that. Okay. Barney, that was your turn. So this bramble here is going to attack you now, Barney, because of that. Attacking her in retaliation. 6. Boom, 18 to hit. I don't think that hits.
Misses.
Misses. Okay, as it use your shield in the moment to defend the attack. Doesn't get through. Namari's up.
Namari will attack her twice.
Okay. Nine does not hit. 22 does hit. Altair, the angle in which you're on, you see this arrow like whiz by, missing her, and you're like, holy shit! And then the other one sinks into her back shoulder. She goes, and you can see a moment where like the eyes start to look around. This desperate moment. Another 11 points. Okay. She's got arrows sticking out of her and wounds all over her now. She's looking a little fucked up from this. Ending Namari's turn.
Namari's gonna move a further 15 feet away, actually.
Okay.
But that'll end her turn.
She is to use a legendary action to launch herself from this point using the other extension of her bramble to over here. This unfortunately does not provoke opportunity of attacks in doing so as it hoists her up super quick and out of the way. She sort of lands on the ground and you can see that she's getting focused all in your directions from over there. Mumbleman.
You see Mumbleman furiously rubbing his sword against the fur on his shield, and he runs straight at her with a "What am I doing?" as his war cry, and will use the cantrip Blooming Blade. When I moved, sorry, I did check it was 30 feet to get right in front of her. I just checked before I moved. Well, maybe not then. Okay.
No, doesn't seem to be obtainable.
Oh, that's because I did this. I'm not sure if you can see it.
I see. Oh, okay. I see.
So I wasn't right on Mumbleman when I did it.
Right.
Shit.
God damn it! That changes my plan.
Yeah, because I've already used my Misty Step. Mumbleman will fire his last dart at her from his slingshot.
Here she's like kind of got a bit of breathing, like darting between both of you. 16 hits. So...
And I will move a little closer.
In a bit closer. All the way your heart. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
Call her an evil cunt.
I can't even believe you say that right now. Okay.
And leave it at that.
That she does. Okay. So she looks at you like gasps and holds her chest in shock and awe. She is going to use her last legendary action for that, to use the bramble by Bjorn and Barney there to slam at Barney again.
Bumbleman's a bro, just sucked on a titty and called another girl cunt.
Yeah. It's like, who is this man all of a sudden?
No.
He's been hanging out with you guys for just like a
Okay.
few days. Like,
He's a
He's
mega
out of
fan.
resources. He's just stepping up as a man. Okay.
Barney,
Mega
22 to
fan.
It's
hits. Take another point, 10 points of bludgeoning damage as this vine wraps up against the side of you again, bringing us to the top of the round, where the two brambles assaulting the tower below continue to smash into it for some more damage. You can see some of the stonework and foundation beginning to crack and crumble away from the side of that building. Bjorn, you are up.
Well, again, use second wind, since I have an extra use of it right now.
Okay. Yeah, you do.
Plus 4. And I will shot at her with my bow.
An 11 does not hit, unfortunately. Going wide again, and where it lands in the building behind there, as blast of lightning energy sort of chars the side of the building.
I end my turn.
You end your turn. Okay. The bramble here does not have any round. The bramble here just starts to flail wildly and begins to destroy objects around where she was, and sort of spread its bramble a bit further into the ground, trying to root itself. Altair, you're up.
I'll shoot her again. Go.
The 16 hits. The 10 does not hit, and you deal 10 or 6 points of radiant. Standing there, and one goes wide. She's like, "You missed!" The radiant. Flying, all of you! Just begins to have a tantrum, screaming at the ground after that.
That's my turn.
Do this to me. You can't do this to me. Don't you know who I am? Don't you know who I am? Begins to hold both of her arms out. Not. I guess I can hit the two of you. Yeah, okay. She begins to hold her arms out to the side, and with each one of her fingers, you begin to see vines begin to extend out of one of them. I need Mumbleman and Altair to make dexterity saving throws, please, as they begin to shoot out all from her fingertips and extend out towards. Both of you fail, so you make a little damage here. Oops. 20 points of slashing damage as all these brambles begin to whiz past you, slicing you up on either side, on either side of them before they pull back, and then scrape past you again on the way back, causing even more damage from this. That's a max roll too. That's pretty. And then the fingers, they retract back into her fingers. She's like, yes, right. And then she's your wince because she's a bit fucked up. Barney, you're up.
Ow.
I was close. I got fingered. Wasn't fisted, but fingered. So
Like, it was slightly at first. You start with the finger, right?
Note to self: don't be calling bitches evil cunts.
I'm just lucky. I don't know why I thought it was 30 feet was a lot closer to everyone than that. But anyways.
Barney's gonna round on. Oh, you have this on so. Barney's gonna round on this plant here and be
Okay.
like, "Goddamn vines!" and take a big hack at it.
Okay. That would be a flanking bonus, so that would be a +2. That hits anyways, but 8 points of damage. That vine nearly severs. It's barely holding on, and you can see it. She's planted on the ground at the moment, but that bramble's still attached to her body, and as it begins to like lose its connection to the ground, almost being sliced completely off.
Alright, feel free to say no. For my bonus action, can I just like start smashing this vine on the ground with my shield?
Uh,
I don't have anything to do that with. But it's just.
Well, no, you didn't you
But,
take
I was gonna like drop to my knees and just be like, stop hitting me.
didn't you take
You know what?
Shield
I'm down.
Master?
I'm down. It will be, yeah. You know what? Make an attack at disadvantage. How about that? Just
Okay.
I'll play into your spiel here. It's fucking great.
His little tantrum. No.
Yeah, yeah. Go off with the shit.
What do I roll here?
Like a D20 roll plus your proficiency at disadvantage. It's a double nat 20. So a 12. A 12 still hits. So what's your strength score?
Oh, 10, 0.
0? Oh, damn it. Okay, so it would be technically 1 point of damage. But you know what? For flavor, I'll give you a D4. Roll a D4. If you realize and remember, you guys were cutting through these vines pretty good, and that barely, oh fuck, it has 1 fucking HP. You further that anger and start to cut into it a bit more, but it's fucking barely holding on. But cool. You get a little bit extra just for fun and flavor.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Barney's gonna think it's dead, and he's gonna get up and take like a step here and lean up against this tree.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, so yeah, it has reach, and on its turn, it is going to attack you back with its last bit of life that it's got in it. 13 doesn't hit, but you feel it hit the back of you off of your armor, but it does no damage to you. Probably in its weakened state, doesn't have the power behind it with its severed connection to really strike you that hard. And it can't really do anything other than that. Namari is up.
Namari is going to move. Uh, 30 feet to there. And then, what's the distance? Okay, it's within 80, so she's gonna take 2 attacks against the bitch.
All right. How you think you have the audacity to stand before me and attack me? Now! 2 more attacks sink into her rocket chest. Go ahead and roll damage. Oh shit, okay. She has probably about 5 or 6 arrows hanging out of her now, along with open gash wounds. You can see the white ichors pouring from her body. She's like, definitely not liking it. What else would Namari like to do?
That would be the end of Namari's turn.
Okay. At the end of that legendary action, it's going to cast this bramble over here. Both of them still attached to her body now, and most likely getting ready to launch herself somewhere. But in that moment, that's what she does with that legendary, and then it's going to attack Namari. 18 to hit. 7 points of damage.
Namari
Tomorrow.
goes down. Or no, hang on a second. Let me just make sure I'm looking. That's Mumbleman. Yeah, Namari's still up, barely.
Okay. But yeah, that's that. Namari, Mumbleman.
Mumbleman's going to run straight at the bitch, and just before he gets to her, close his eyes while casting Booming Blade.
Okay.
He's doing the straight out point attack.
Dare approach me? Why? You can see this moment where she's like sort of looking down towards Mumbleman. 15 hits. 10 points of damage. And she.
And then he will open his eyes, and she's still up, so he will move back 10 feet.
You are going to leave her range in her ired state, so she will attack you. You can see one of her clawed hands begin to strike out towards you. I don't believe that hits.
It does not.
Reaction moved. Okay. Ending your turn.
That ends my turn, correct?
Okay. She'll use a legendary action. To launch herself.
In which case she takes damage from the Booming Blade. If she moves before the start of my next turn, she takes 1d8 thunder damage.
Yes. Yeah, that's okay. Go ahead and roll. She's looking a bit fucked up, but still got. Launches herself up over there, and then one follow-up strike against Mari. 25, it does hit. That's her claw attack. Finally gets through. Her claw, yes. That's 12 points of damage to Namari.
And when Namari goes down,
Like a big overhand, like all the claws right across. He's like, look out, she's or ooh, and falls over on the ground unconscious. Bjorn, you're up. Sorry. And she damaged.
Okay. Fuck it, I haven't used this in a hot minute. I will. I will move to right here.
Okay.
Do I take
Bramble. Yeah, Bramble will attack. That's 16.
Do I still have that
16.
+1 AC from
yes,
Mumbleman?
you still have the enhanced defense, so you see the these
It just no, it still hits. It just hits.
Like meets it, beats it. Okay. Yeah. So it just hits. You take 9 points of damage from behind as that bramble lashes out towards you, but you do get to where you need to go.
Okay.
And you can see she turns to you after Namari goes down, like looking to obviously finish something up there. But you march over in your giant form here. She turns her glances over to you, but you're looking down on her now, way taller.
So where this cube is how I'm
Yeah.
launching it. I'm going to use Thunderwave from my rune that I have.
Okay. Hell yeah. She make is that deck save or any save?
DC 13 Constitution save.
Oh, con save. Okay.
It's only 3 fucking damage. What the?
Rolling ass on her saves tonight. All right.
I mean, out of 2d8, I only got 3 points of damage.
Oh. Still, damage is damage, man. And she.
At the same time, when that happens, there's a massive concussive thunder. But for flare-wise, when I take the rune out and I rub it, it doesn't come from me. A giant bolt of lightning strikes down and hits right in between us. And that's where the thunder goes, ooh, and shoots out at her.
Especially in this heavy storm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's my action.
Your action. Okay.
And that's my turn. That's all I can do.
That's your turn. Top of the round, those 2 brambles continue to bludgeon the side of that building. Now it's looking pretty fucked up at this point. Okay, the incantation of this tower gives way, which what you've seen as a physical object, this small sort of little fortress here, the 2 attacks from those brambles fell this building as you watch a number of people out on the ground. The people fall on top of each other, hit the ground, and roll, and then it's all stacked on a pile on top of each other. A number of people in this hall. There is a hound larger than most of the people, and the moment you see it, it disappears. Ruben's like, "Oh God, my incantation failed! Oh, it's raining!" And you can, general chaos in the moment. People are now stuck in the middle of this battlefield. And following that, at the end of your turn, Bjorn, she's going to use her last legendary action to claw you. Yeah, sure. I'm going to call you, not Namari's corpse. Why would I fucking attack Namari when you're standing? Yep. Okay. 13 misses.
Yep.
Bullshit. Okay, that ends that. The bramble goes. The one beside you is going to attack you for a 15, which I think does not hit.
This is by 1.
Fucking bullshit. All right, I'll tear you up, man. The emergence of some survivors of this town emerge out of that collapsed tower after the bramble still slashes away at them, piled up on top of each other.
I will
Well,
shoot
also,
that one with Starry Wisp.
there is not supposed to be that many. But sure. Sorry, what are you hitting?
That one.
Oh, that one? Okay, yep, sick. 18
Sorry.
definitely hits, and 7 points of radiant damage destroys that vine. Radiant energy, especially burning and charring that purplish energy before it falls and becomes part of the landscape.
I'll shoot the left one with the archer bolt.
12 fucking hits, and that one again is destroyed by your radiant flash of damage.
Then
Oh my god, it's you guys! You're back! Thank God!
I'll move there. And that's my turn.
Okay. That one's already used its reaction. Cannot. He's like, "Get the folk off me!" That the mayor is pinned underneath a larger set fellow and a woman as people are beginning to try and stand up from collapsing out of that tower. But Altair, you are finished. Okay, so it is her turn. She regains her legendary action. She is not going to move. She's going to do attacks against just Bjorn since she is close by. First one, 25 to hit. It fucking hits, I think. 2d 15 points of slashing damage. And then she's going to, in the same motion, attack Namari's corpse on the ground for with advantage. 17 to hit Namari.
Yeah.
That hits. 2 failed death saves on Namari.
Yep.
That ends her turn. Barney, you're up.
Uh, okay, Barney's gonna.
You also have 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
Barney's gonna
okay.
run around this thing and like stand over top of Namari if I
Okay.
can. And as I run, like come around, I'm gonna make an attack on her.
Okay.
Uh, oh, that's supposed to be advantage.
So 25 does hit. You sink into her with that, and she's like, and she
And
kind of like spits, like with just like, I'm not going to say arterial spray, but her in her kind of fucked up state, when you stab into her, she spits milk at you. Roll a, oh shit, okay. Damn.
I was gonna drop my shield, which actually I needed to roll for before I got hit next time. I realized. But I dropped it anyway, even if I had it, because
Okay.
that was a nat 20. So I'm gonna use divine
Which
smite.
one? This? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What is it? Okay, okay. Um, okay, damn. So yes, go ahead and roll some of your damage here, my dude. So that technically would be doubled, so it would be 6 plus 3, so it would be
48.
12 plus 3, 15 points, plus your divine smite damage, so is it level 1?
Yeah.
So it would be 2d8. Damage 2d8 for, sorry, is it 4d8?
Yeah, fighting 48 because I crit, right?
Holy shit, okay, yeah, dude. Fucking pour it on. Is that radiant damage? I think it is. Yeah, deal radiant damage. Okay. Barney, describe to me how you fell this woman.
I guess Barney kind of like seeing this thing just absolutely tearing into Bjorn and attacking the cars. Barney will round the corner and be like, "Hey, you still got people to focus on," and uh, I'll kind of over the top, just like drive the sword straight down through her neck, down to the torso, and
Okay.
you kind of like as it's about to dive in, my sword will glow purple, and it just like drives all the way down to the hilt across the
Sick.
body.
She goes, no, no, again, and then that arterial spray where she sprays Icar at you, sprays all over you, and it instantly absorbs into your body. So you can go ahead and roll a d20 for me. But she is felled. Bjorn, you watch Barney come flying up in this fucking flurry of fucking solar plexus here and smash into this woman. A 14. Okay. Roll a d4 for me, please. You would you would regain 1 spell slot. Level 1 spell slot in that moment.
Sweet.
From that. And you sort of drive that into her, and she's like, no, 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 no. And you see her, like, she begins to like scrape as you're like watching the life fade from her body, and she's trying to like create more brambles, but she can't, sort of waning as her body begins to start to crack and cinch up, and the wood starts to like harden up, and she begins to... all of her elven features become a lot more prominent as some of the corruption begins to fade away from her body, and her face looks a bit more normal, I guess you can say, but her legs and all that sort of stay quite gnarled and disgusting. I won't. I will not. And just falls over, and before that she just begins to pour out the ichor, the milk, as she gargles and collapses of it, and her eyes no longer purple, and the features again of the face become a lot more prominent as she collapses at your feet. The vines just sort of lose that purple energy and just turn into like bramble from the roots in the tree around you. And right as that too, as you remember, the storm's still taking quite place in this moment, as you have bested her in this moment. Damn. Okay.
You want
Yeah.
you want the final death saving throw from
Yes, please.
shit. Shit.
Underneath your feet, Barney, the ichor pours out from her body and reaches Namari's body and starts to absorb into him, and you can see him like his eyes open and goes white for a second before just and just doesn't and breathes no more.
I try to pull him away, and I pump 3 points of lay on hands into him with no avail.
And yeah, you sort of drag him away from there. You can see them sort of limp in your body or limp in your arms for a second as you lay down. And you use that moment to lay on hands, and they like, and then the ichor pours out the corner of his mouth. No longer living, as Namari dies. The sole survivor from Lucer.
Is your sword still in her, Barney?
I was letting Cody do his thing, but I was gonna say, could I have pulled my sword out like right as she was dying, and go, don't worry, we'll send your friends to see you soon.
Yeah, she's like shriveled up. The corrupted part of her lower part of her body is like half melded into the ground too, and but again, like the bust of her is back to like sort of this elven form, much similar to what happened with the fiery tree person as well. Like they lost a bit of the corruption after they died. Anything else you guys are doing in this brief moment after this battle?
Some by arrows from her body.
Yeah, there is a bunch. There is a bunch. Go ahead and roll a survival check. Out of the 6 or 7 that were in her body, one of them comes out without breaking the tip of the arrowhead off. So you retrieve one out of all of those arrows. Shit.
I mean, at least I rolled good when it mattered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see the group of people saturated through. Now everyone also is in the rain for as long as you are. You're all soaked through, dealing with the rain for the last few hours, especially. But most of the people that were dogpiled out of this tower that collapsed have standed and got away from being piled up on each other. And you see Ruben sort of stand out for a second, and he's got a little bit of like either cantrips or something prepared in his body. He's like, "Where are they? Oh my god!" And then he looks around and he's like, "Oh my god, it's you guys! Thank God you're here!" Flying over. I didn't know it was the coming night if you guys want to make it back. I thought I sent you all to your dooms. I didn't mean it. It's like you're kind of over his head. He's like, it's incredible. God. And he's looking at the body on the ground. He's looking at the carnage around, taking a lot. And he's like, oh my God, I owe you everything for my life. He's over and he's like, starts to like grab you, Mumble Man, like shaking your hand. You can see that there's
I
two
bleed on
very
him
injured guards,
profusely.
injured people. I knew you wouldn't leave us. I didn't think you were going to leave us, but things all went wrong shortly after you left.
We keep our commitments, Mumbleman says as he sways back and forth.
You can see Ruben runs up to this lady on the ground and just begins like firebolting. Like, take that for destroying my stuff. Fuck. It's good to see you all. Oh my God, Namari. Oh my God, no. Like kneel down in the mud and like he's like rubbing his head like, oh no, God. Bjorn, what are you doing rushing over there?
I'm just pulling the stuff out of the way, telling her that,
Oh, sorry.
well, just throw me in the ocean.
Yeah, just fucking.
She booby trapped the door and launches me into the ocean. Goodbye, Bjorn.
Does your giant form last a minute?
Yeah, I should be coming out of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably right about now after you use that strength to sort of smash all the debris out of the way, it fades back to that normal form. She goes, "Not again! Who is it?"
It's okay.
"Oh, it's you again."
They're gone.
Fucking running and jumping at you again. Just don't ever kill me like that again. That fucking hurt. I got most of my stuff in there, in the cart. Just 1 second. He runs back in real quick, like in a piff, in a panic.
Bjorn kind of like sits down against the cart because I got like 2 health left. I'm pretty fucked up.
Mummel Man squats on the ground and is starting to try and bind his own wounds.
You can see the tagger had come over to you to sort of thank you. He greets you and sees that you're fucked up. And you can see Liza's parents, the only 2 of the civilians, and there is 2 really, excuse me, 2 really injured guardsmen, like one of the acolytes and a bowman, that are bleeding. One guy's missing his skull cap. He's bleeding from his head. The woman's sort of been cut up from the side from the bramble. It's like, looks like the bramble's gone. Where does it go? And he's like peering around with his bow. Fucking like, no. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it. Oh my god. And they start to look around. Like, thank you all so much. Oh, Ruben, or Namari, I'm so sorry. I couldn't defend you. I was, God.
That thing just attacked him when it, on the ground. He couldn't get there in time.
Oh my god. Don't know what to say. It's been a hell of a day and a hell of a loss. City is gone. All my stuff was partially smashed. And he's like, wait, were you successful in recovering stuff?
Oh yeah, I think we got all your stuff.
Oh my god, yes! Well, sort of great. At least there's some shred of news.
We got your stuff and Namari, but everyone and everything else in the entire city was destroyed, unfortunately. I pat
Tagger's
him on
like,
the
what?
back. Like I try to do like a poorly reassuring pat on the back.
Even with
They're
Koth,
there.
even
His
with
house
Koth
wasn't touched.
and Arkzok was there, and they still didn't make it. What happened? Is it similar to this?
Yeah, except
yeah.
with fire.
He sort of reaches out for a second, begins to like pet something by his side, just for a split second, and then he's like, I knew it. I guess I should begin by extending my thank you. Didn't anticipate such a turn of events, at least. You can see him just sort of like shocked, but taking it in, realizing the threat at least gone. And he looks down towards the body and I don't know who this woman is. Lucer's met the same fate. Feel like we should get out of here post haste. A lot of them fled when the attacks began. People left by boat. One of the boats was destroyed. I believe one of the boats got away. Several carts that people were loaded up left out the city gates, but were probably apprehended almost immediately by vines. That woman began just attacking with crazed, vulgar comments against most people. It tore them apart.
Yeah, I think she was like an old dead person or something. It's confusing.
Dead person. Well, I know. I mean, she's definitely looking dead now. And he blasting a firebolt at her.
I give him the gem with the stuff.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Alt. Appreciate hard work. I definitely have to.
I say this should be everything because it's. I think we literally jammed everything we could in there.
Appropriate. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll keep this close. It does have a number of hours left before that incantation fails, but keep this safe. Thank you. I know we're a bit stuck in the chaos in the moment. I prefer to try and get out of this place as possible. I don't know if we have a cart readily available in which we can use to flee from here. As the boats have left the harbor, we don't have something like that as means to travel away.
You guys still have some carts. We can go by land.
Well, I don't know what else is going to be looming in the darkness storm. I get out of here post haste using one of my last powerful incantations great shelter for us while they bludgeoned the side of my Galder's tower. Damn. Okay. What's the rest of the town look like? Begin to sort of look around.
Like
Is it?
this.
Yeah, I know. Didn't know how difficult it was going to be to make it back to my home for a brief period of time to gather up what I couldn't gather in the moment. I didn't have much time to really do. I reacted quite quickly to the commotion outside before being apprehended by all of these vines and this corrupted woman. Jolene also comes out. She's like, "Okay, I got it all. The rest of my stuff's in there now. This thing's good to be towed away once we get that." Russian. You can see her like sort of like T-Rexing, her arms out in front of her, looking like cautiously around as she emerges. She's like, "Right, and then Bjorn just is fucking walking way up the street.
Yeah, he remembered he needs to go get the
Ox.
Ferdinand.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
How
I
about
go up.
you begin to head up there? Let's cut for a little break now. I have to go to the bathroom really bad. On top of say goodnight to Danny. So let's get a little breaky poo, and then we'll get right back into this.
All right.
Sound good?
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
And good shit, by the way, with that fight. I'm quite impressed with how that went, guys.
Yeah. I was not expecting to roll a nat 20 on my death save.
No, that was impressive. Your
That
rebound
was
there
nice.
was not only impressive but needed.
Yeah.
It must have been a previous edition rules. I was thinking when you went right to 0, you were just unconscious. You didn't make death saving throws, but you're unconscious for like 1d4 hours.
No, I think that's if you get if someone uses like medicine, a medicine check on you, they can stabilize you and you're unconscious for so many D4 hours. But if you get hit and you're downed to 0, you have to make death saves. To that point, you're bleeding out. Is what they considered it, from my understanding.
Yeah.
Whatever, but
Yeah.
I bet you he probably wished he didn't say that was her only legendary resistant.
Well, yeah, when you came back and got the charm, and again, like that one round was significant for us. I wish. Well, yeah, like without you, that battle would have been completely different.
I was hoping my shackles were gonna hit. I forgot about resistances and shit, but
Yeah.
because that's 2d8 that she would have taken off the rip, and then 2d8 at the very beginning of their turn.
And then Altair with the radiant damage too was
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
quite on point.
And if I remember correctly, the shackles also give advantage because they're considered restrained.
Yeah.
Or be restrained for 1 minute. While restrained by the shackles, the target takes 2d6 damage. Not sure if you get advantage on being when something's restrained.
I've actually got it up right now. A restrained creature's speed becomes 0. It can't benefit from any bonuses to speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws as well.
So pretty much those two skills right there both can give everyone else advantage on it, on attacks.
On at least one round of attacks, and if she fails, then we keep going, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Level 7. Okay. I got 3 more levels before I can get my My favorite rune. It's like my favorite rune, and I also get to have 3 runes active. I get to get my storm rune.
Ooh.
And what's it do?
1, I can never be surprised
Yeah.
because I'm considered always in a pathetic state where I can see the future.
But what if it's your birthday and you want to be surprised?
I won't be surprised. But at the same time, if I invoke the rune, I enter a prophetic state for 1 minute or until I'm incapacitated. Whenever me or another creature you see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, saving throw, or an ability check, I can use my reaction to cause the roll to have advantage or disadvantage.
Nice.
So pretty much every round I can say one of y'all get hit with a big crit, I can be like disadvantage, and it's like time skips back. And they re-roll at disadvantage, and then all of a sudden that major crit never happened. Because the crit that happened is what I saw in the future, but I changed it.
Yep.
The last DM I played with, and I had that rune, he hated it so much.
That would be annoying. You're like, ooh, I crit. You're like, well, actually, no.
We're at disadvantage that.
When I was DMing, I had a guy build a divine, or not divine. What is it? The the seeing the future stuff. What's that called again with a D? A divinity. He did a
Divinity?
divinity mage, and at the beginning of each day, he gets to do 2 rolls, and he can substitute those rolls in throughout the day.
Oh wow.
So if you've got a high roll, you can, switch somebody's attack to that was a low attack to a high roll, or you can switch a low roll to or a high roll to a low roll, or depending on your rolls. I hated that thing. I hated it because he had that, and it was just after um, the 2014 rules came out, so we also took the lucky feat.
Jesus. Yeah, it was good. Fucking, we all got some pretty good hits on him. But
Mumble Man didn't do a whole lot that battle, to be honest.
well, he was too worried about drinking the queen's milk.
Well, he got sidetracked. Side quest.
This kind
Right.
of fight is exactly what Arnie's like built for.
Yeah. Your
My guy.
your critical hit smite is exactly
Yeah.
great use.
Well,
Because I can use my channel divinity to get myself an advantage on every hit,
Yep.
like every attack versus the main thing, and then I just wait for the smite, wait for the crit and smite.
that's like joked around with that. That's what paladins are. They're crit fishers. Um. Yeah. I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
No, I was kind of hoping that had the opposite on that milk. Instead of losing like 2 spell slots, I'd gain 2 spell slots.
Yeah, that was so funny. You're like, I drank the milk. You're just like, all right, what did I get? And it's like, you lose spell slot check. Oh, well, like it was like you're like, I didn't think that was a possibility.
Well, I didn't have any spell slots, so I was fine with
Oh,
that.
okay. Okay, that's funny.
No, I was.
Just
I
the
mean,
way you said, in my mind, the way you said it was just like you were like that thought never crossed my mind.
it didn't like. So it's a wash. All right. I figured there'd be either a benefit or a negative and if the negative, is something like taking away spell slots, it's like, well, that's not a negative, so we're gonna use this negative instead.
Yeah.
And then when Cody did that 20 damage on me and Altair, or no, was that me and you?
No, that was you and Altair.
Yeah.
I thought for sure you were down. The way you guys were talking before, I was like, well, they're down for sure. From that.
Yeah, no, that it would have taken Namura down because she was only had 19 to start the battle with, because she was already hit from a vine earlier. But Mumble Man had like 26. So he took that one hit. That's the only hit he took the whole battle. If he had taken another hit, he would have been down basically. And I mean, he did stupid stuff like, well, not stupid stuff, but like I provoked an opportunity on purpose.
Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't want to be close. I wanted to force her to move so the moving blade would go off.
It was pumping though.
What's that?
Namira was pumping. Damage wise.
Oh yeah. No, well, the two attacks and the hunter's mark.
True.
It helps. And that's
I was getting frustrated during the fight. I was like, oh my god, it's so annoying that all my healing abilities are actions. So I literally can't attack. Like
yep.
I can only heal or I can only attack. It's like I was like, this is so irritating. There's so little I can do in one turn. It feels like always.
Yeah, it's one of the things I look at when I'm trying to build my character out, is trying to incorporate bonus actions and reactions.
Of reaction stuff, it just never really seems to work out very well.
Yeah.
Every time I'm in range with someone where I should be able to use it every turn, the vines were attacking me every time. And then the second I move away from the person,
And then
the
the
vines are
vines
attacking
attack.
the
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
again. Or the second the person moves away from me, the vines are attacking them again. It's like, god damn it.
And that's probably an unconscious thing on Cody, knowing that you're kind of attacked, so he's choosing to attack you.
That's fair.
I used to do stuff like that as a DM, and you don't even realize you're doing it. Is Dylan still with us, or did he go for a little break?
Break, I guess.
Yep.
I'm back.
Hello. Just wasn't sure what you think of that fight. I mean, if it wasn't for your radiant damage and for the way Bjorn bounced back with that nat 20.
Yeah, I was curious what was going to happen since um since he got down. So then I was gonna heal him, but then I was like, he got up a lot on his what's that called, second wind.
Yep.
So I'm like, I'm gonna risk it another turn, and then everything started to happen.
Well, and then he was able to use second wind a second time because of the boon.
Yes.
Because he rolled really well for the boons. I wasn't sure when you took that 20 damage how you'd be doing.
I'm down to 7.
Yeah, I'm down to 6. Like, Yeah, that was concerning.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my last death saving throw. The one death saving throw I rolled for Namara and she lost. Or he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, that was where I ran into the problem. I was like, well, I can't heal and attack in the same turn. So I was like, well, I have to wait a turn. But then they died before I could heal them
Mm-hmm.
because their turn came
You
up.
got a 50-50 chance, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's more than 50-50, right? Since it's a 10 or higher
Yeah.
and you can't roll a 0. But
Yeah.
yeah.
It is more than 50, but
Every roll just a 50-50.
Oh, hey.
hey,
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. So how you doing?
I'm still alive, surprisingly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although that 20 damage, damn, man.
Yeah, that bit of a slip up on my part not using that from the get go, but hey, that's okay.
Hey, if you had to hit your attack of opportunity after you did that damage to me, I probably would have went down.
Interesting. Almost one down. Noted.
Hey, it's not like Mama Man's never gone down before.
Down on some fucking queen titties, tell you that much for true. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so hyper fixed on that. All right. Is everyone present?
I don't think Dan's here.
I said hey
Oh,
like
Yeah, nice.
5 minutes ago.
I
Yeah,
missed that entirely. Yeah, so we're all here, I guess. Who the hell is cutting grass at 9 o'clock at night?
Not I, said the fox.
They just fired up a lawnmower.
The hell.
I guess it's not too bad. It's still light out, but
It's still light out.
It is after 9, okay? Like, There are
Really?
rules. I'm just-
It's dark here.
It's like the sun is going down here, like, but it's still light.
Yeah, we still got light for another 20 minutes or so. Is Dylan present?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, right on. All right. Well, yeah. Let's carry back on. Barney, you're sort of standing there for a second. You can see this couple sort of approaches you. Like, oh my god, thank you so much. Thank you, lad. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys coming to our rescue. And they're like right soaked through.
Oh, everyone just you guys stay over there, so stay together.
Okay. Fucking marching over. You can see Jolene come running out now. She's like, oh, here's everyone. I don't know where he's gone off to, but he seems to head up that way. Do we follow him?
We're bringing the cart down.
You probably went to grab Ferdinand.
Oh, all right.
Mm, mm. He's big and strong, and he'll be able to pull your cart.
Perfect. I tried not to fill it up with as much as I could, but there is quite a bit of stuff there. Sorry. Um, yeah, and she's like, you can see her like looking around, all sketchy and stuff like that. And then Tagger kind of walks over. You can see a couple soldiers walk over. Mumble Man, you see the body of the foe you were fighting on the ground over there. Taggart walks over. He's like, "Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you. I appreciate it. But not to ruin the party, but I like to get the fuck out of here before something else comes out of the night." Mumbleman, you step up to her and you have this moment of recognition, especially in the more features revealed of the corruption leaving the face and the body up top. This is our Luxia Brahari. She was one of the members of Paramecians.
Yep.
And, of course, white eyes at this moment and riddled with arrow holes and broken arrows and slash marks, and a very large one from the divine, but very dead on the ground. Barney, were you grabbing some stuff off the ground over there?
Yeah, if there was balls, yeah, I was gonna grab two
Odds or
or
even?
one. Uh, odds.
Hey, so yeah, you get a partial bottle of unbroken wine.
Sweet. And I'll Barney will be drinking it as he walks by.
Okay. Bjorn comes back into sight, leading Ferdinand.
Getting him some food right this second. Like I'm gonna put him in here and kind of close the gate. Hopefully it's not destroyed. And kind of let him munch
Yeah,
right
he be
quick.
mon. He be munch.
And I'm gonna come down here and kind of pull the wagon out some.
Takes a little bit to sort of to get it to move. There is a bit of weight in it now, just from her personal belongings and some armor and some weaponry in there, just things she's taking with her, personal belongings and whatnot.
So the townsfolk want to leave tonight.
Like I look over. I am like literally one hit away from death.
Mom Man looks down at himself, and he's got a bandage that he wrapped around his arm, but it's like half undone, and it's stained red, and it's wet, and it's just dripping, red wet. And I'm like, you and me both,
I'm
brother. You and me both.
I'm gonna use. I think this would technically be my last starry form thing. And I'm gonna do the chalice,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast. Well, I will do second level cure wounds on Mumble Man, and then the 1d8 plus my wisdom healing on Bjorn. So that would be so that's Mumble Man healing. Then that is Bjorn's.
So is that a total of 18 for me then?
Yes. You
Mumbo
get
Man is
18.
looking almost happy. And he has a spring in his step again. Not leaning on his slingshot slash shield for balance and movement.
And
Well, I suppose we could just
that's
get
what I do.
an hour or so out of town and camp.
I
You can
mean,
see the
we
two
have the
guards go
tower.
over to the body and start kicking it.
Sorry,
We have that tower. Why can't I think of the name of it? Um,
Oh, Nestled Nook?
yeah.
How far away is Nestled Nook? It's like 3-4 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, you'd be pushing a good while of travel before you make it back to Nook. Plus, the place is riddled with goblins. I recommend going.
Oh, we got rid of the goblin problem on our way through, but they could be back, I suppose.
Really? I've always wanted to check the place out, but it's always been littered with goblins. I didn't have the opportunity while it was under Bavarian control. Fascinating. You guys are some mighty adversaries, and I would not to mess with all of you. That's for sure. Valeria really sent some proper help this way. Impressive.
They just let me hang out with them. They're the impressive ones.
Well, no, obviously, Zaretta, Mumble Man. We still have much to converse about, of course. I'd like to learn a lot more about your alchemical studies. You know, I spoke before.
I think it'd be worth it for us to push to the Nestled Nook. So at least we have a place to defend while we rest, rather than just in the wild, since the queen is everywhere around here.
Alright.
Agreed.
Bjorn starts walking past Altair and he kind of reaches his hand out and taps him on the shoulder. Thank you.
Of course.
I go and grab Ferdinand and lead him to the wagon, get him hooked up.
As well, I'll note you see Altair looks completely fucked. But he decided to kill you guys.
I know a lot of people were really trying to push onto boats to get out of here, but once I seen one of them, the vines just pop up out of the ground, sever it in two, and then it sunk, and the other one got away. I'm not sure, but I ran inside and hid. Yeah, we got kind of left behind, and then Ruben came to our rescue, and Tagger tried to do something. We don't know what happened with Goran. Well, I think Goran went with the initial cart run to try and secure some of the outer perimeter. I haven't seen them since. I don't know what to do. What are we doing? I don't know. And you can see this, but obviously, chaos has really got everyone sort of kerfuffled.
Bjorn goes up to the forge lady and I ask her, do you think you could maybe fasten some metal on the main junction connection between the ox and the cart, seeing the extra weight to help it?
Hello?
Hello?
That was weird.
What happened?
I'm not sure. I thought a Discord crashed or something. Anyways, yeah. Let me take a look at it right now. You can see her looking at the one. She's like, seems to be missing here. It might be a fix to that. Give me a sec. And she You can hear like slamming, clanging, and stuff, and she's moving a bunch of shit around over there. Oh, Namari. Thank you, lad. It's down. I take it Lucero's seen the same fate.
Yes, there's no more.
Fortunately.
You haven't seen anyone else that got away, did you?
Namari's all we could save.
Shit. It's not good. It's not good. I'd offer my healing, but I'm quite expended. Sorry.
It has been a long, exhausting day. We shall press on to Nestle Nook and rest there for the remainder before we press on back to Beauvais. Perhaps, if we're lucky, we will run into the ballisters on their way to help you.
Yeah, the fucking ballisters. I'll be having a word with them. You taking us back to Beauvais?
As we said we would.
Yeah,
That's the plan.
that
My home
seems
was
like the
destroyed. It
less
doesn't really have much
shittiest
place
place.
of value left there. I'll find some way to repay you, obviously. Yeah, I'd like to stop by my home and grab one I can before we go. But besides that, I'm pretty much ready myself. You two, please, accompany me back to the place. Oh, yes.
Could I take Namari's bow and quiver?
Sure
What
you can.
arrows they have left?
Yes, I believe he has a short bow. It's a nicer one, definitely well used. And the quiver has. Here, I'll tell you what it's got. It's got 10 arrows in it. Mumble Man, what are you doing with Ruben?
I'm pressing him, telling him he's got 10, maybe 15 minutes.
Okay, I promise I'm not going to take very long. I just want to gather up what I can. You see
And
him?
there's not a lot of space left on the cart, so you're going to have to be able to carry it yourself.
No, I'm going to. You're probably trapped, encapsulated again with much similar type of scroll that I don't. I gave it away. This is a problem, isn't it? But you did get everything back, correct? Home?
We got, most of your main floor all together, and
We
it's
got
yeah.
everything but the kitchen sink. I think
Is
literally.
out of the game? Is some of it in the cart still?
No, it
As
was
well.
given back to him in his gem.
But didn't we take back a bunch of it in the cart already before that?
We have a cup. We have
The other cart, not this one.
we had 3 telescopes, but we sent one to the Archer node, and I
Right.
think we have 2 more, right?
Yeah, but I remember you guys loading them into the cart and then being like, "Oh yeah, we got that thing," and then spent the time running back and forth and back and forth, reloading it back into the pile
Oh, okay.
Okay.
before encapsulating it back in that gem. At least that's what I thought you guys did.
Sounds good. Works with me.
Oh, Greg. Oh no, Greg. I'm sorry. Fuck. You can see looking, and you can hear. Shot. Well, if you did say that you got most of it back inside this, I guess I don't really need. Here it was a spare set that I was able to acquire along the travels. I'm not going to really utilize it now because he's got like 5 or 6 books, some rations, and a couple vials stacked on top of each other, like sort of precariously dangling back and forth as he's trying to hold all of it.
Mumble Man walks over and pretends to help him by grabbing some rations and walks away and starts eating the ration.
That's my stash. I guess I can't be too upset. You did just save us all. But let's get back to your cart.
Oh, I thought this was for me.
Well, it is now. You have it. Favorite attack. Everyone sees Ruben and the guards and Mumble Man come fucking.
Barney's gonna call it to Bjorn and Altair. You know, hey guys, I'm gonna go look for any stragglers. I'll meet you around the other side when at the front,
Okay.
and I'll head off
Bjorn
this
just
way.
says okay. He's still waiting for the wagon to be
Yeah, she
reinforced.
comes
Right?
flying over. It's like, I got some chain. I don't have any lock connections for a cart right now, unless you want to go try and scavenge that barn over there. But I do have some chain that would probably work, at least for the time being. And she begins to start looping chain up and around. Gonna fix
Yeah.
this. Put a drop pin in it. Yeah, that'll probably hold. It might be a bit slack. It'll bob back and forth with Owen, but it's gonna work.
Bjorn takes out and I cut off about 10 foot of that rope and I help tie it up so it sucks the chain up a little tighter.
Okay. Oh.
I'm just trying to reinforce that joint that likes to break.
Did anybody see
Oh.
what happened to our cart?
I point it up there. It's still out there. We can't haul 2 carts.
No, the cart that we got from Bover.
The cart
Uh-huh.
we-
This is the
Oh, that's
yeah.
yeah.
That's this one? Okay.
Yeah, it's this one.
Are you sure it doesn't look the same? She's got lots of stuff on there.
Actually, I should. I can't wild shape for that long. Never mind. I
Turn
do
it
have
to
one.
another beast of burning.
Yeah, I do have one more wild shape. I just realized because yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah, probably wouldn't last for that duration. At least not
No.
yet. Barney, what are you searching for?
Barney's gonna be walking around here, and he's gonna be yelling out. He's gonna be like, "The attack is over. We're leaving town, and if you need help, call out."
the British are coming.
Yeah, just over and over again, like a town crier, as he
Yeah.
walks around.
You're met with a lot of silence in this as well. You see glistening from that tree to your left, and ichor pouring out of one of its cracks as well. There are obviously dead guards, corpses everywhere, especially near the front gate where you can see one of these carts was most likely trying to leave and was just busted through and shredded from some of that bramble that you had encountered.
I'm just like repeating it over and over again. Then I'll go over more towards the middle to these houses. Moving in.
You notice a little bit too that the rain still persists, but darkness and swirling in the sky overhead begins to subside a little bit with the threat of one of the messengers being gone from this area. But again, it is still sort of storming naturally.
Cody,
Yes.
would I have noticed the milk up by Ruben's place when Ruben was packing?
I would say probably because you did wait a couple minutes for him to do so.
And then I would try and harvest it into a container.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check and describe to me how you would have tried to gather it.
Using a container with a wider mouth, I would actually touch it from the bottom to see if it's kind of sucks in naturally.
Okay.
And you said sleight of hand?
Yeah. Since you're using objects, I'd say give it with advantage.
Well, yeah,
Because you've come to realize that the moment you touch it, it usually So you gather about the same amount that Bjorn had gathered in one of those water skins.
yeah.
So probably I want to say I don't want to say like golf ball size amount of ichor, but like around that size.
Okay.
It's not like a lot. Like it's not like you fill a whole container full of. It's not
Yeah,
that.
no, but it's not like a drop either.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than a couple drops. Barney, you continue to go through. You can see flames still burning the insides of the building, not extinguished from the flames, just because it's burning on the inside. Continue to call out, and you're met with no responses as you go around.
I start telling people to start loading up on the wagon.
I can probably walk beside. I don't need to fill up the space, plus I'm a pretty big lad. If I could ride in the back, please. Hurt my leg.
I don't care.
Fuck you, bitch.
Yarns. It's been a rough day, okay? Bjorn kind of like literally gets up and crawls onto the roof. Just like lays across the cart.
Cart fills up pretty quick. It's like, well, probably get some exercise in that gas. It's like it's pretty filled up with Bjorn on the top, like, or I'll overwhelm your beast of burden. But seriously, we probably get out of here. We need to head home. Let's go, Reuben. Come on. You're right. Far. Huzzah!
Where usually all tears are, driver.
Mumble Man has no problem walking beside the wagon currently.
Yeah, I'll walk as well.
And Bjorn slips down onto the to start driving it.
I thought. Sorry, I thought.
You're fine.
You can make an animal handling check with advantage. Sorry, I like that. It's like usually all tears got us here as he fucking walks away.
Oh shit.
Okay,
That's with advantage.
and you begin to head off. A little bit of temperament at first, but that will carry through with how you begin to traverse through here.
He almost run over Mumble Man. He has to get out of your way.
Yes, with Bjorn at the wheel, it does seem to have a bit of pace to them as they start to head off. And you eventually start to branch through the streets, walking as a group. Sorry, I know it's good. And you sort of get to the front. Barney, at this point, you would hear the roll of cart. As some of that swirling in the sky, everyone else sort of notices at this point it's starting to die off completely. Still, again, there's that magical essence of darkness that was lingering around here. That's beginning to fade a bit too. But it reveals the closer you get and further away you get out of town, or at least, over past this way, that you leave the proximity of that incantation and it begins to fade completely where it's not as dark outside yet, but it is still quite heavy into the evening as of right now.
With my passive perception, would I notice the milk leaking from this tree?
You sure would.
I will harvest it too using my alchemy tools and another wide mouth flask.
Okay, another sleight of hand advantage. Okay, 13, pretty good. Yeah, you do gather another of the same amount.
Okay.
While he's doing that, Barney's gonna light a torch.
Okay. You do light that torch. I'm just taking that off just to make.
Okay.
But yeah, you do that, and you reveal that yes, there was a attempted leave of a cart or caravan here that was most likely shredded and run down, but you sort of veer and begin to head out of town with everyone sort of trudging behind in tow, the number of people in the back of the cart, and you have sort of saved and partly liberated part of this town. But Cresh is burning. as you begin to head back in the direction towards Nestle Nook. So, here we have Cresh to L. Who would like to roll a d20 for your traversal?
I do.
Oh my goodness.
No objections already.
Well, there's one extra person missing. 1 second, sorry. There you go. Okay. Traversing back the same way you had came, obviously a little bit different and harder to see as it's getting darker and it is raining. Now, Barney, your torch does, kind of pop and fizzle a bit, but does continue to burn with the oil-soaked rag that keeps it alight. You push through that very dense, thick portion of forest where you had encountered that small palisade where the initial guards were excited to see your arrival. Clearly no one present at this point. And even then, some of the barricades that they had created has suffered damage from some of the overgrowth in the area. But you push past all of that, and you do begin to lose sight of Cresh behind you. There's a bit of murmuring and conversation between people at this point. Taggers talking to a couple of the guards. The ladies are talking to each other in the back of the caravan as it rolls along. Are you guys doing anything in particular while you travel?
I'm
I'd
gonna
like.
do a bit of harvesting with my dark vision. Anything that's obvious.
Okay. Give me a quick nature check. Uh, Obviously, you won't spend a lot of time doing this, or you'll probably
Yeah.
get left behind unless you get people to stop. But you
Uh,
can quickly run over and grab things that you would see along your traversal. We'll see how that in nature. So not horrible. I would say in that time frame of you quickly going through, you're able to pick up one Terranav root and maybe 2 Bralia leaves. But other than that, you realize the more you start looking around, you're like, oh shit, they're getting away, and you have to. A couple of people wait. One of the guardsmen's wait for you to kind of run off. He's like, looking like, oh, you all right? Oh yeah, okay, you're good. You catch up. You do reach. What's up, man?
Oh, I was gonna say, while we're going, Barney would like to kind of just take a little bit of time and just go talk to each person in the group quickly, and be like, "I'll explain why later, but let's keep the the secret room place to ourselves."
Okay.
Mumble
Just
Man
like,
indicates that he has more information on that now too. Barney.
yeah, he'll be like, "Let's keep it to ourselves. I think we have some stuff to talk about with it." And that's all. He'll just like kind of find a moment while we're traveling to like talk to each person like aside quietly.
You're sort of saying that in the moment, and you can see Ruben sort of walking over to you guys. He's like, I've soaked my boots through. I wasn't expecting to step right into a mud puddle. It's fortunate. God.
Mumble Man is like completely wet from head to toe, soaked through, no cloak, nothing. Uh, and he just looks at him, and as he looks at him, like a drop of heavy water like falls right off of one of his bushy eyebrows. Yeah, that's
Sorry.
horrible. I'm sorry that happened
I'm,
to you, and I'm pretty sure that and he just mumbles to himself and walks away.
yeah, been a while. You reach a point where the darkness starts to meet and the fog's starting to pick up, and you get back to that point where you were traveling past that ruined little couple fishing huts that were along the shoreline. You can see brambles and vines have protruded further up through the ground, although a bit harder to see. I'll get Bjorn, since you're sort of still helming the cart, perception check in this moment, as well as anyone who is actively searching around.
My perception sucks.
Okay, so I'm going to say the oxen, you're trying to pull back. It doesn't seem to be listening. It wants to keep going, especially in the rain. So people do start to catch up eventually. But you realize the moment you get this close that you hear skittering and chomping as you start to see and make out forms and figures in the darkness. Excuse me. You start to smell a little bit of, on top of the lingering fauna and foliage, almost like the smell of iron. The slop underfoot gets a lot heavier, and you sort of realizing that you're trudging now through blood. And around you are the shapes of bodies that begin to reveal themselves, most likely fallen people who have tried to evade Cresh. But what you immediately notice is that some of them immediately pop up, and a couple of those scarab-like creatures that were fairly blended in were munching on some of the corpses, while the oxen continues to walk towards them. See this one here turn its head back over towards you here, and you hear that as that shrill lets out from it as it begins to like come rushing over, and then the oxen begins to fucking fear and starts to not stampede, but like down here, and you're holding the fuck on, Bjorn. What would you like to do as it starts to rush towards the bottom?
Start yelling for one of the other people to get up here and stop the cart.
I'll try and help.
Okay. And yeah, it's not like fleeting away where it's possible for you to catch, but you can realize just that this thing is starting to pull the cart south. And you know what south is either the cliff or it's going to get stuck or it's trying to flee. Barney, you rush up and you can see this vine scarab has its front pincers out and up, and it's beginning to charge in your direction. I'm going to get initiative as well. And Ruben's like, "Oh God, where's it going?" And he's like, "Look out!" One come rushing, and his tagger's like, "Oh shit!" And the bowman starts to rush up too, like trying to make haste up in your direction, but and you can see there is a larger cart up ahead as one of the insides of its little candles is still alight, not soaked through, and it illuminates a bit of it where you can see another one has emerged around the side of that caravan as well.
I do have my dark vision is 120 feet.
Yeah, it's not completely dark yet. You're pushing probably like 9, almost maybe 10. Like it's like outside right now. I mean, it's still like twilight.
Do I get this cart stopped enough to where I can get off and have someone else hold the
I would say
reins?
Altair would catch up to you at this point and begin to aid you, and you can either grant each other the help action in the moment or try to control it as the oxen begins to rush over. But Altair, you would get up here, and it would probably pull you about there before you get to make that check. So you can give me an animal handling check with advantage if you'd like, and then we're going to pick up with animal handling. Okay, that's enough to halt it, but it's still
Him or me?
Anyway, it's fine. It's pretty much the same
Okay.
way. So, but between the two of you, you both handle Ferdinand, and he stops. But you realize that there's some encroaching enemies around here. Bjorn, you get to react in the moment first.
I will move a little bit, getting off the top there. And oh, why'd that stay?
Oh, you can have the linger. If you click linger on the fade delay, it'll keep the line there. So if you do this like that, but if you switch it back to instant, it just drops and fades. So you could technically, if you were like looking at something like, oh shit, I need a 20-foot radius. It's like boom.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. I digress.
Yeah, move up just a little bit, and I will pull out my longbow, and take a shot at this one.
Okay. An 11 does not hit, fortunately. Goes a bit wide, especially maybe the distance, the rain, the dark, you're unsure, but it goes off. Shit. Anything else you'd like to do?
Do anything else? Nothing else I have as a bonus action.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Mike's spent out. Because I doubt I didn't get much of a short rest seeing how I was driving.
Yeah. Okay.
Huh?
Altair.
Oh, I will move there. Then I'll use Starry Wisp attack at it.
You can
To
see the
oh,
radiant energy just disappear into the forest as like it's moving in conjunction of you trying to attack at a range, and it doesn't quite meet it. Passes by as it's continuing to rush forward.
that's my turn.
Okay, Barney, you're up.
I'm gonna rush this thing and try to catch it off guard, like just like sprinting straight back at it while it's running at me,
Yeah.
and drive my sword straight into it.
Yeah, you do. 21 hits. Okay. You have sort of that one is now blocked and sort of locked in place as you fight against it.
And then that's the end of my turn.
Okay. This one here is going to move. Oops. Of course, I'm still in circle. 60. That's correct. 60. Bjorn tries to make that attack. That ends its turn there, mind you. The Bogard's like, Dagger, get to the car! Get to the car! Get out of the way! Ryzen, get over there! Go, go, go! Like, just, and like, she moves a little bit and gets ready, and Tagger kind of begins to like book it towards the cart. Rubens begins to flare up a little bit. He is going to take a shot at the one that you're fighting with, Barney. Oh, that hits. You see an arrow sink right into the front of it. And then the second one here is going to attack you, Barney. 24 to hit.
No. Yeah, that's.
You take 8 points of slashing damage as it grabs you with its pincer, and it sort of is like, now you are restrained as it has hold of your forearm or wherever it seems to have grabbed the front of you. You're wrestling with it in the moment. But that ends its go. Mumbleman, you're up.
Mumble Man will reach for a dart for his slingshot. Realize that he's out. Glance at the ground for any rock or anything that
Oh, yeah,
might.
there's lots of those around.
Okay, can he grab a rock with like a bonus action and
Yeah,
fire
I'd
it?
say so. I mean, usually weapon transfer and stuff is free, but yeah, you can definitely.
So yeah, I'll grab a rock and shoot it with a slingshot. So I have the extra distance on it. So that's a D20 plus 6. Uh,
9 does not hit.
and then I will move. Uh, to there.
Okay.
Putting away my slingshot and drawing my sword.
Okay.
I'm coming, Barney!
Ruben's going to move up. Unhand him, you swine! Can attack from firebolt.
Yeah, what he said.
Oops.
23 hits. 11 points of fire damage. Barney, just a moment, this blast of flame in it, and Vine Scarab loses its grasp on your forearm as it begins to writhe and shriek from the fire. And then we are back to the top here of Bjorn. Bjorn, you see some of the townsfolk begin to rush down, and you see Tiger like with his stumpy legs trying to keep up, and the injured guard woman, rushing over towards that area.
I move up just a little bit and take another shot.
Yeah, you do. 16 hits, nice. 12 piercing. That one sinks in enough that it sort of breaks its stride for a second, and then that surge of lightning energy in it, and it stops it in its tracks. Good damage.
And that's my turn.
Okay, sweet. Altair, you're up, followed by Barney.
I will just attack that one.
Okay,
Starry Wisp.
14 just hits. 1
One.
point. Nice. Yeah. Adding a little bit extra pizzazz to recent damage it just took, but yes.
I'll take after Mumbleman. Take that, cunt.
Oh my god. Nice. Nice. Ending your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Barney, you're up. You're no longer held by it as the blast of flame caused it to recoil.
Oh, okay. Well, if I'm not really held by it, there is no decision. I'll just like, yeah. And don't you hold me again. And I'll stab it. I'll try to stab between like the plates of its armor.
12 misses. It seems slightly ready for it, and it rears back as you slash towards those weak points, and it sort of like doesn't deflect off, just barely misses.
Oh, wait. What if I really wanted it to hit?
What
Okay,
do you
no,
got?
no, I'm just kidding.
He takes his bonus action to make it hit.
With the, I'll just
I
kind
hope,
of like, because I don't have a shield out, I have the torch still. I'll just kind of wave the torch in the thing's face and be like, ah!
and it's like kind of feared by the flame now a bit, especially from its last blast. But yeah,
That's the end of my turn.
and oh fuck, it's gonna rush up on you, Bjorn, but it can't attack because it had to dash to reach you. The guard here is going to turn to see the one that's now closing in on Bjorn. It's like, oh shit, look out, buddy! Goes, fuck! They continue rushing down to get out of the way. The scarab's going to attack you, Barney. 10 does not hit.
Oh.
Parry it out of the way. Easily done. Mumblemander.
Barney, bend over.
I bend over. Drop to a knee.
Momo Man runs towards Barney and jumps off him onto the scarab with his sword down.
You vault off of Barney?
Yes.
Okay, +2 your attack.
Okay. Where do you want me to land?
Yeah, okay, that works.
Okay. So trying to come down straight on him with booming blade.
With a booming blade.
Oh, it's just a
Yes,
melee
quite.
attack.
And you do. And it is extremely fucked up. And you successful on that attack.
And it begins glowing with a static energy.
Okay. It is still indeed thundering and storming out. Not so much with the booming energy in the sky, but it is still heavily raining. But yes, it begins to glow. Okay, awesome.
Do I have any movement left?
I would say you have 5 feet.
I think I'll stay where I'm at just to provide flanking. If it moves, it moves. If it doesn't, oh well.
Okay. Some flavor's gonna happen. Ruben's up. Ruben stays where he is. He's like, Bjorn, I've got you. Blast into the front of it. Another 11 points of fire damage. It begins recoiling and reacting to the flame. Yes, we can do this! Everyone, focus up! Bjorn, you're up.
They shot it.
Yeah, you do. Describe how you kill this creature.
As I pull the bow back, lightning kind of arcs between it, and I put my foot on it and just shove it back as I release the arrow, and let the arrow just kind of sink into its like neck.
Yeah. And then launches off from you. Rolls a bit. Like it's got this sort of like shell almost like to the back of it, and it ends up toppling and rolling like a roly-poly over itself after that.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Altair.
I'll move there and then attack the one that Barney and Mumbleman are attacking. Fuck.
Oh no.
Barney, feel this radiant sensation for a brief second as
It's
from
a-
behind you are like blast with this radiant energy. Like, hey, what the fuck was that? And just sort of light up for a second as you realize this Altair is standing there.
Can
Oh,
I
Feels like I got a
make
sunburn on my neck.
Right
can
in the
I
ass.
make a deception or performance check to play it off and maybe he thinks it's his god since it's radiant damage?
Sure. Give me a performance check. Sure. Or no, deception.
Okay.
Deception. Nope. Yeah, you realize Barney pretty quick that you were hit from behind by something.
I don't think my god's gonna sunburn
Moonburn, maybe. Yeah.
Even Mumbleman is like, Altair, what the hell are you doing, man?
me.
Who did that?
Not the time. Oh my god! I'm not aim Altair. Sort of Ruben comes like over to you, but yeah, it's Barney's. Or sorry, you're doing anything else, Altair?
Nope.
Okay, Barney, you're up.
Bjorn just yelled, "He doesn't have his telescope."
I go, it's fine, I got this.
Okay, describe to me how you destroy this creature.
I go to stab it, and my sword hits like one of the plates of armor that the monster has, kind of thing, and it slides along it, and then finally like pierces it. And I'm like, oh. It just kind of looks clunky, and I'm like, oh, yeah. See, no need.
You stab it through, and it like starts to stagger, like it's starting to die. You realize, and it steps back too, and like this burst of energy too as it takes a step, and then just collapses over. The booming blade enchantment triggering also in that moment of you filling it. But yes, another little endurance of combat there. Jesus, these forests are always been treacherous every single day. Really pushing forward with a bit of haste. Come on.
Come up and see what all is in this wagon. Make sure, see if anybody's alive in there.
You see no people, but you do see the large form of the furbolg that used to be one of the main protectors of Cresh. They are completely torn apart. There's dead guards around here and an oxen that's been chewed apart, most likely by these scarabs or the bramble or a conjunction of both. And you can see Tagar and the acolyte are like pulling Ferdinand, Jesus. They start pulling Ferdinand over and here you thank you so much. Thank you. Excellent work.
I'll give the cart a thorough search while they're, getting the
Okay.
oxen back together and going
Give
over.
me an investigation check. You can see inside, there's blood in here. Maybe someone was attacked in the back of here as well. There was things maybe of value, like, or by value, I mean like personal belonging, knapsacks. Some of them have been torn up, like maybe the scarab tore into part of the card here in the back. You don't see anything of worth. You don't see anything alchemical ingredients. There's a couple scraps of rations that are around, but this was most likely had a bunch of people in it that were trying to just flee away.
What about on the remains of the body?
If you want to roll an investigation check for Goran, you can. Okay, they have a bridle. It's like a leather sort of chest piece that's very barbarian-esque. Doesn't cover much, but that on them. It has sheathing on the back where they had most likely their great axe, which is they're partially laying over to secure. They have two hatchets on their side, like tomahawks, and they have their hair is braided on the top and pulled back, and they have like a sort of a nicer looking beret in it that's keeping part of it back. But besides that, they don't have any roll pockets. They don't have anything of imminent value, no jewelry or anything like that. So a great axe, two tomahawks, a bridle, and a beret. Or beret, I guess. Sorry, beret. I don't know.
Okay.
One of it.
The beret goes into my hair immediately.
Okay.
Hair?
Well, yeah, and it's wet and in my way. Okay, sorry. It goes into the remaining patch of hair that I have from being firebombed. Fucking lit on fire. And the great axe I will throw into the cart with
The rest?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell that there's a bit of temperament from Ferdinand as well as they begin to sort of like carry on. Like they want to get the fuck out of here and they start to trudge. And like with the amount of people trying to control him, he's starting to get upset about it and is pulling away.
Like
no,
shoot everyone away. Go on. I got him.
Okay. Sorry.
Like kind of like reassure him, like, all right, let's get out of here, bud.
Barney, I'll continue to walk with you. Yeah. If you don't mind.
Sounds good.
I yell back for Altier. Are you coming?
Yeah, I am. Ah,
Okay. Anything else you guys like to do here? Are you pressing on?
Pressing on.
Okay. I will have everyone at this point make Constitution saving throws, please. Bjorn, you are good. Mumbleman, you are good. Barney, and okay, so Barney is the only one. Barney, you begin to get just from the day's travels. You've had a really long day. You've had a lot of fights. And with the constant trudging through the rain, you suffer a point of exhaustion as the night draws near.
That's fair.
But begin to continue on the path, eventually nearing the grounds where you were not the night before. The immediate area has shown some pretty unbelievable regrowth as well. You see the sundered attack site. Through the night rain, you get at a distance, you see the top little glistening tower of Nestled Nook visible. A little bit of a beacon in the night, in that lavender hue. And you realize that you've found your mark and you're beginning to close in. There's potential shelter there for the night, but again, you're starting to really feel the weight of the day, especially you, Barney. Obviously, pushing to Beauvais from here would run a pretty long trek, but nearing the grounds, you see the attack site from where all those impact craters were, and brush starting to bloom up once again. In all the nooks that you can see, more of the overgrowth has risen up. And whether it be the rain or just how rapidly the queen is able to regrow, it's just quite surprising to see it. Let me swap map so you see. Obviously, it's a bit darker than this, but you do reach the front portion, branching all the way around to the front gate. You see through the doorway the hazardly covered bodies that you had all piled up there, and that odor, the rain starts to ring through as you start to get closer and closer.
I'd like to go up to the gate and I guess just see if I see or hear any movement inside.
Okay. Once you get up to the broken gates of that compound, you catch a little bit of movement on the inside. As you realize there is a singular goblin that has chugged back a bucket of that liquid, spilling it all over themselves, and they're standing near the pile of bodies, and it hears you and sees you and tries to run, but then face plants and struggles to get back up in the mud. This one right here. Oh, yeah. Falls over. Whether it be intoxicated or something, you're not sure, but you do see just one hanging out. Looks like it was staring at the pile of bodies.
My guy doesn't care about feelings. Can I attack him?
Of course you can.
Never mind.
Whether it be because it's prone on the ground, it blasts into the side of that already damaged tent, and you guys see Altair is in the midst of trying to attack one singular goblin that now stands up and is like, it's like staggering, trying to run, but it can't stand straight. Clearly under the influence of what it was trying to do before. Anyone can do anything in this moment as it tries to stagger away. And through the side of the head as it tries to stagger away, collapses over on the ground. It's like, nice shot. Looks like this place has seen a number. You guys were correct. Said to clear this place out. Right.
I don't know where that would have came from. But let's let's kind of start heading inside and starts looking around as he's heading in to see if he notices anything else.
Sorry. Yeah, immediately looking around. Not much has changed other than, again, that change in the growth around the area. You don't see any more threats. All of the flames or fires that were around here have all been extinguished due to the rain. It's very quiet here, especially in the now night. And everyone now piles in sort of behind Ruben and then leaving that. But you don't see any threats around.
If I remember, the building over here was fairly intact and should provide shelter from weather and a roof over our heads.
Sounds good to me. All right. Oh my God. stinks around here.
Who wants to come in and check it out with me first before we...
Fascinating. Oh, that glow up there, quite down. Been able to inspect this ground. So I haven't been able to inspect this ground much since I left Bovair the first time I passed by, because these little troublemakers were running around all crazy.
Be careful, the inside is trapped.
I've heard rumors of that. Yeah, it was quite the intraversible location, mainly due to goblins on top of certain other things.
Well, I think the goblins were the ones that trapped it.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Crafty bastard. But yes, I would say you get to this point and everyone starts to lead in. Mumbleman and Bjorn, you walk in. Again, that familiar area where you had sort of rested before. Not much has changed. Still a couple bodies of felled goblins in here. And, it's only been literally a day pretty much since you've left this exact location.
Clear the
And
bodies out.
yeah, a little bit of time spent prepping it and creating a spot for everyone to begin to rest down. And I would say with that, we can end tonight's session a little bit early.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Are we
2
gonna?
fights, some role play. I think we've done pretty well tonight.
Yes.
Hopefully, we get a long rest because I need a long rest.
Well, if you guys are looking to long rest here, that definitely is doable.
Yeah.
You're not going to be disturbed here, so long rest will be quite capable.
All right. So yeah, I'll have everything set up back for next session then.
Yeah. So or you can click your long rests now, and that way it's all ready.
Oh
We
yeah,
can
but
do.
there's some other stuff I'm going to be doing during the long rest that I'll have to message you about.
No, that's okay. And I was going to say, even when we pick up with next session, we can do with what you guys want to do here RP wise during that long rest.
Our
And then
proficiency is 2, correct?
yes, it changes to 3 to 5, I think.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yes. But yes, awesome night, guys. Really good stuff against that the messenger fight there.
Oh, you missed the conversation between your washerman talking to Danny, but Bjorn's natural 20 death save, unbelievable, and then when he
Yeah,
was able to bounce back with his second wins and stuff.
and also like incapacitating her in that moment.
Well, yeah,
On
and
top of
the runes.
the recent change of the radiant damage was like she's slightly susceptible to radiant, so she was taking increased damage by that as well, just due to her corrupted state.
Yep.
So that was really able to push through that, and you sort of, I'm not gonna lie, surprised me a bit with how quick you're fucking. It's like, oh shit, like fucking.
But
So good job, you guys. You fucking fuffled a bit.
but again, like it was luck of the roll here and there. Like even after you did that 20 damage to me and Altair, like another hit on either one of us, we would
Yeah,
have gone down, sort of thing.
yeah. I was trying to keep it interesting, but yeah, you guys were able to fucking crush her out. So good job. Commend you.
I was really. At first, I completely forgot about her having the whole legendary actions, and whenever you're like, "Oh, her legendary resistance," I was like, "No, I got my shackles.
Yeah,
Finally!"
you son of a bitch. Yeah, no, but you got her good with that charm. So that's fucking sweet. And again, like Dice God's not in my favor with brambles not hitting, just shit like that.